for a murdered Gwinnett County football coach is set to begin in just a couple of hours.
Police say Bradley Coleman was shot and killed at a gas station last year during an attempted carjacking. Atlanta News First Bridget Spencer is live right now. Bridget, you're at the Gwinnett County Courthouse. His family is hoping to keep his memory alive.
Greer, police say he was just doing something that we all could have been doing, just putting some air in his tire when he was shot and killed last year. And his family is hoping today marks the beginning of what can be a swift justice process at this point. Now, jury selection is set to begin today. It's going to maybe last about a day or so. We're hearing from the family, and the trial then starts right after that. Now, David Booker, Josiah Hewley, and Miles Collins are all accused of ambushing and murdering Coleman while he was putting air in his tire at a Quick Trip in Peachtree Corners back in the summer of 2022. Coleman was a father, a coach here in Gwinnett County, as well as a standout athlete himself. Now, those who knew him, shortly after he was murdered, they gathered to remember him. They say he was a family man, he was very talented, and even launched his own clothing line.
He's very passionate about people and sports. He did a great job all the time at whatever area it was that he needed to be. You know, that's why he was successful. That's why he was successful in the clothing line. He's successful in his life because he just brought a different kind of passion that a lot of people didn't bring.
He leaves behind a very young daughter. His family even named a scholarship after him. They're saying that's how they're going to continue to keep his legacy alive. Bradley Coleman was just 29 years old when he was murdered. We're live in Lawrenceville. Bridget Spencer, Atlanta News First.